everyone, and welcome back. This is episode 32 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow, or you can call it season 2, episode 1, but I'm just going to keep counting up because it makes it seem cooler to have 32 episodes. I am your host, Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, and I'm joined by my co-host, as always, Mara the Shark Watkins.
Welcome back. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, you knew it.
Yeah. How you doing, Mara?
I'm doing great.
We're back.
We're talking from my mom's house today. Wow, I sound like a loser. We're coming live from my mom's basement.
Yeah, that only sounds. See, now you said basement. Now you definitely do sound like a loser. Don't say basement because you're not even in the basement.
Well, no, I'm in my own private bedroom.
Yeah. You actually have a room that you don't live in anymore, but you have a room.
I've never lived in this room.
We're not getting into the details now. We're here to talk about superhero shows on the CW. And before we get into this, just let me just say some things because I got a bone to pick with the CW.
You missed me, and Supernatural is still airing.
No, neither one of those things. Neither one of those things. I mean, I did miss you, even though I did just see you a few days ago. But
that's.
There
didn't have to be an even though. You could just said yes, I missed you. But this is like Mara and Travis time.
I mean, I hear you, but like I'm saying, like that should let you know how much I love you. Because even though I just saw you, I still miss you.
Okay, all right. That's all I wanted to hear.
Well, then I take it back.
No, don't take it back.
It's too late. I already did it.
You don't get to take it back.
Too late.
Too late. I'm keeping it.
Anyway, I have a bone to pick with the CW because they've upset me.
Oh?
Yeah. So, last night, I turned on my television.
Oh, that.
And prepared to watch Arrow. I was actually going to watch it live as it came on television instead of just watching it on the app the next day. And I turned to the channel. Had to look up what channel the CW actually is because who watches live television anymore? And
who can afford cable?
This thing, CW isn't even cable. So it just,
People who can afford an antenna.
I mean, I got one of those. So
antennas are expensive.
Okay, Mara. So I turned the shit on, and I'm like, okay, let me watch Arrow now. But when I turn on the CW at the proper time, it's not Arrow. Fucking high school football is playing. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This isn't the show that I turned on. Coming to find out, on Thursday nights during this time of year, they do what they call Thursday Night Lights, which is just
stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like, I think it's just a San Antonio thing. But
it must be. I've never heard of Thursday Night Lights.
Yeah, it's just like, why would you do this?
Kids have school the next day.
Like, nobody watches high school football on television, okay? Like, you don't do that. If you're watching high school football, you're at the fucking game, all right?
You're probably a pedophile.
Like,
if you're watching TV.
Or your child plays football. But
that's why I said like on TV. Like if you're not at the game, you're probably a pedophile.
Okay. Yeah. So just what the fuck, CW? Why would you allow this? Why would you allow this?
I'm gonna put that shit on My 9 or something.
Like, for real. Some one of the weird random local channels that nobody gives a shit about.
My 9.
Yeah. That must be some New York shit because I don't even know what that is. So
for us it's channel 9. I know like here it's channel. Actually, I don't even know if we have it here. It's what the UPN used to be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before they sold everything to WB.
Gotcha. Anyway, I'm done with that. Let's talk some superheroes. Let's start with Supergirl.
Yes, that's...
Yeah. This episode was called Girl of Steel. Before we actually get into what happened.
Is it just me or does it does that title just I feel haven't they used that title before?
No, they just call her that sometimes.
Okay, I feel like I have heard it as a title before, but I could be just bugging,
That
which is
might
normally
just be
the
in your
case.
head. But before we get into what actually happened, how do you feel about this episode overall?
Um, I was intrigued by it, but I feel like because Kara was going through a time period, I just feel like how long has it been since when we get bring how long has it been since Monel had to leave?
I'm guessing everything is 6 months later, because
Okay, so it's like
on all the
I feel like
shows.
once we get to the current time period, it just kind of feels like I've been watching her for the past 6 months. So by the time halfway through the episode, like Kara's moodiness just kind of just started to get on my nerves. And it's kind of like, okay, I get it. You're heartbroken.
Thank
Six
God it's not
months.
just me. Okay, good.
Okay.
Because
Like I
she
tried to
was
be
getting on my
sympathetic
nerves too.
thinking about it, but the more it went into the episode, I was just like, come on, man. Like
Listen. And
I
there's
get it. It hurts,
my
but
thing is, I can't really relate because, I've never had to send my boyfriend off my home away from my planet because I poisoned the air with lead. So I don't know exactly what she's going through. But
like I understand it hurts, but it's kind of just like it's not like everyone else around you has also died. Like
it's not even that. It wasn't, and the thing is, it wasn't even just her that was getting on my nerves. Maybe she just pulled me down, so everything everybody did got on my nerves. Because Alex and Maggie were annoying me too. Like
how? I
Jimmy
mean,
was getting on
besides
my
their
nerves. Like it was just, well, the thing with Alex and Maggie was just like when they were having some kind of issues because Alex didn't want to have a wedding, and then they were just, I'm like, a lot of these things could have been solved if you all just talk. And
right. It's
it's
not like you guys live with each other. You see each other every fucking day. Like they're like you guys have time. If you have time to do hors d'oeuvre tasting, you have time to talk about whether or not you want a big ass wedding. Like that's a conversation
yeah,
you should have had beforehand. Um,
random off the
but this
topic. Can you hear my dog?
no.
Oh, you can't hear him? Okay, good.
What was it? But I do see. I like the reason why it didn't annoy me as much with them is because I kind of feel like I can see what the producers, I forget his name, what Greg is trying to do with their storyline, because we already know the actress who plays Maggie is getting a reduced season. Like, or her character, like she's not going to be a main character anymore. She's going to be, I think, a little bit less of recurring.
Mm-hmm.
And so I already kind of see where they're going with it. So they're either not going to make it to getting married, or Maggie's just not going to make it in general. Um,
Oh, they're not gonna kill her off. I don't see that happen. They're probably gonna like have her like get transferred or some shit.
yeah, because like I already see them trying to, or like the plot's already like starting to drive a wedge with them. Like right now, Maggie was understanding of Alex's reason of not wanting a big wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's not going to be the only thing that they're going to have like a spat about. Because if Kara continues being the way she is, Maggie's going to be like, I can't, because Alex is going to come to defend her every time.
Of course.
And Maggie's going to be like, you know what? I can't do this.
Yeah. So we got that out the way. This whole episode, like we talked about, was basically Kara, coming to the realization, like, yo, you got to move forward, you got to move on, all that kind of shit.
Right.
Um,
Everything outside of like, Kara's personal stuff, I wasn't really that intrigued by what's happening. This dude stole a fucking invisible thing, and
yeah, that's my cloaking device, and they used the little thing to make a submarine, and yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't give a shit about any of this. I just want to know when the fuck is Monel coming back, because we know he's coming back. When is the mom gonna show up? Because we know she's gonna show up. Like, and now the only thing I'm really curious about is this other girl who seems to be an alien but doesn't seem to know it.
Yeah, that's Rain.
Okay.
end of the last season they showed that other
Yeah, they showed more Kryptonians who were surprisingly alive.
yeah, that's the other one got sent away in the ship that was like all black and shit. Yeah.
For a planet that no one else was supposed to survive besides Kara and Clark, there's a lot of fucking Kryptonians still
Yeah, it's just
alive.
always just like even when we first found out about Supergirl, it's just like at first we thought it was just Clark or Kal-El, and then like, oh nope, never mind, his cousin survived. Oh wait, never
His
mind,
cousin survived
Rain
too.
survived.
It's just kind of like, yeah, a whole bunch of us survived. Like we exaggerated when we said everyone died.
Yeah. The rumors of our race's demise were slightly exaggerated.
Like some of us made it off, i.e. the rich and the wealthy.
Yeah. And the ones who actually just listened, and had the money to do
Right.
so. But yeah, the lady saved her daughter with super strength, I guess, and like Kara's dreams were her nightmares, and yeah. It's odd.
But she seemed so taken aback by it, so I thought she just like didn't know. And so I was just like, how don't you know you're from another planet, girl? Like,
Well, she was an infant when
you...
she got sent, It's just...
Oh, okay. But I mean, like, at this point, you have a whole child. Shouldn't you have experienced some kind of weird
A whole child
things? Like,
as
shouldn't
opposed
you...
to like half a child?
Yes, a whole child, no half child.
Hmm.
Well, I guess her child could be half child because her child's probably half Kryptonian, half human.
Well, I imagine so if it's her child. Unless
Like,
there's another Kryptonian there. Unless it's
exactly,
Superman's baby. What if it's Superman's baby?
Lois is gonna have some problems.
That would
I
be
have
funny.
more questions. Is Clark coming back? Like,
I don't know. It's not his
they
show.
just give him a face so I could just think about when he was coming back again? Like, I have so many questions that Bernanthi's not gonna answer.
Exactly. But yeah, there wasn't much else to this episode that really stuck out to me that I really wanted to talk about other than them like showing us Rain and like, hey, here she is.
That was probably their biggest plot point. And I feel like she's probably thinking like, oh, that was an adrenaline rush of a mother's love for her child. And it's like, nope, bitch, you're an alien.
Yeah.
Just accept it.
Exactly. Yeah, anything else? Nothing else for Supergirl?
Nope.
All right, let's move forward. We're going to talk about The Flash.
Hey.
Before we get into the actual episode, though, I do have an announcement to make.
Oh?
Recently, I broke up with Candace Patton.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you finally got Candace Patton to DM you back.
No, I don't. No. See,
You're just done with it.
Our relationship is over. It's over. All right. I found out she was a Cowboys fan, and that was the end. That's it.
And there went half our viewership.
I don't deal with. See, here's the thing about Cowboys fans, though. They know everybody hates them. They know it. Problem with that is
they thrive off of it.
Exactly. They enjoy that shit for some reason. They know that we hate them. It somehow drives them to be more obnoxious. So yeah, that's
their motto is they hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah, in their own mind.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that's true because I hate the Cowboy fans too, and the Cowboys.
I just
in their brain they're just like they hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, listen, I can't deal with that kind of negativity in my life, so there will be no Travis and Candace. We're done because she's a Cowboys fan. Now, moving forward, we can talk about this episode now. Episode was called The Flash Reborn.
This was like my favorite episode of the week.
Oh yeah, Flash has been consistently good. Its entire run, like all seasons. Even last season when it was kind of like a downer kind of season, as far as like the mood of the season, it was still consistently good. But yeah, they kicked this whole thing off with, the team is trying to still work without Barry, but it's just not the same without Barry.
Doesn't work, bro.
Yeah. It was kind of cool that one part in the episode though when Wally put on Barry's old suit, you know,
Mhm.
because there was a period of time when Barry was gone and Wally was the Flash. Um, like
Yeah, I think they talked about that in Rebirth too.
yeah, and oh, you read the comic?
I read that comic
Yeah,
where he talked about it.
yeah. And that's what I meant. Like you read that one, okay?
Yeah, just
And
that one.
or like if you think like back in the days, like when Justice League cartoon was on TV,
Mhm.
that Flash was Wally West. That wasn't Barry Allen.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like there was a period of time when Wally was the Flash. They gave us a little bit of that. I was hoping we'd get more of that, but it's whatever.
They're like, we'll just give you guys an ode.
Like we acknowledge that this is what was a thing, but yeah, we're still going forward with Barry. Iris, she was doing her boss lady thing, running the team, which was odd. I'm like, she just
I
like,
hear Bear now.
yeah, he's not doing well. He had like an allergic reaction and shit. So like
Oh,
he's on some medicine now. He's got a cone around his neck and he's like irritated because he can't bite his ass. So he's whining.
when you say it like that, it's so hard to feel bad for him because that just sounds funny.
It is because I think in one hand it is funny, but on the other hand, I do kind of feel bad for him. That's more me trying to cope with it, so I don't keep feeling bad, But
Can't bite his ass. But yeah, keep going. I'm sorry.
yeah, but he's I was talking about Iris. Yeah, she's running things. It was kind of odd to me. Like, did she like take a crash course in like
How to do all
in
this
communications and shit? Like, when did this happen? But whatever. Okay, I'll
stuff? When
accept
did you
it.
become like a merge between Felicity and I don't know, Harrison or something?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever. But
Do you, ma?
at the same time, it's cool because they actually gave her something to do, So I'm
Yeah,
okay
because
with that.
before, like, it just kind of, when there was the whole team, it kind of just felt like she just showed up because Barry and her dad are there. It's kind
Yeah,
of like, I'm
exactly.
here because everyone else is here.
Yeah, like my dad and my future husband and my brother are all around, so I'll just kind of hang out,
Right, like, I might as well be here too, guys.
Mm-hmm. So this whole time, there's this weird samurai-looking dude like, yo, bring me the Flash, bring me the Flash. And I'm like, I mean, he wants the Flash, then give him the Flash. Cisco's like, yeah, I'll get you the Flash. Excuse time for me to use my new trick that I've been working on for a while to bring my homie back.
6 freaking months.
Yeah, he just needed an excuse. And they thought they failed, but turns out they actually did bring him back, just not in the same place. He was just somewhere else when he came back, and Naked Barry runs out of the Speed
I was gonna
Force.
say, and this time naked. Do you ever realize that when, like, something like when people come back from when they're stuck in other dimensions or worlds or speed forces stuff like that, why do they always come back naked and disoriented?
Well, I mean, because you don't need clothes in the Speed Force.
Like, disoriented, I understood. Because I was just like, because, like, they kind of, like, gave their own explanation for it. But I just couldn't understand naked. Like, he left fully clothed.
Yeah, he did. And everybody else that went into the Speed Force came back with clothes on. I don't know why.
Right. And we've seen Barry go in there a couple of times and come back fully dressed. Why did he come back naked this time?
Yeah, like even like I said, when Jay went into the Speed Force, when they brought him back out, he came out. He was still wearing his clothes. But anyway, what was I gonna say? We were talking. Okay, he came out. He was naked and shit. One thing that I wasn't. How do I put this? Wasn't doing okay with the whole Iris being just. I don't want to deal with this. If I don't want to talk about this, like she's not really dealing with her missing of Barry. Like she misses him, but doesn't want to talk about how she misses him, which causes her to be all snappy with people. And yeah, there's no need for that. Like communication. There's so many things that can be solved with just communication. Like Iris just need to talk to people, and she would be like, "Oh, this is why I feel this way. This is why I'm doing this," and people would listen. But no.
Yeah. But yeah, you know.
I do
Can you
know.
hear me?
Yeah, I
Oh,
hear
okay.
you. It's just I told you she was frustrating me. That was one of the things that just I wasn't computing with me. It's just like, yo, yeah, you got to keep going, but like,
I had forgotten that you had broken up with her over her team affiliation. Because I was going to tell you, I was like, well, she seems to be down on her spirits and single. So therefore, this is your time now, Travis.
well, I mean, Barry's back already, so that didn't mean anything.
Well, I mean, this is before I realized that he was going to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I knew it was like a 95% chance that he was going to come back in the first episode.
Oh yeah.
But I was kind of like, maybe they would surprise me. Maybe they'll surprise me
Are you
and put him in the second one.
are you buying the whole he doesn't remember anything part of this? Because I'm not.
Well, I mean, doesn't he remember now?
No.
At the end of the episode, he didn't.
No, he was like, I don't remember like the first thing he
Oh, in the
remembers.
Speed Force.
Yeah, is walking into the Speed Force. The last thing he remembers is walking into the Speed Force, and then he remembers saving Iris.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
He doesn't remember anything in the middle, is what he claims. Now, do you buy that? Because I don't.
I do, but I don't. Because I would say I don't buy it in that he was so. I mean, he came back, and he was mentally traumatized in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that might have been just coming back, but like, that homeboy was speaking. What was he speaking? French or something?
What was
some
he?
other language?
Oh, he was speaking
The wrong
some
show?
language. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't French because they would have.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Grey's Anatomy. Sorry. He was speaking something, and then he was talking all this craziness. So like, obviously his brain went through some trauma. But I feel like if he remembers any of it, he's probably not talking about it because he probably had such a shitty time in the Speed Force. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's want to relive it. Like those kind of things.
I guess.
That's just me though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I feel like well, you read the Rebirth comic, so you know, like it's just there's more to it as far as what was in the comic, but so that may be shaping my thoughts here also, but we'll see.
Do you think they're gonna somehow do this? You think they're trying to do Rebirth right now, or no?
I don't know. It feels like it, but
Like their own version of Rebirth because
Yeah.
they don't have all the heroes, so they can't.
right. They can't do everything, but same way they did their own version of Flashpoint last year,
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll probably. It seemed like they're trying to do a version of that, which is why I thought like there's more to it when he was like, I don't remember any of this, but we'll see.
Wait, can we just talk about when he was in like when they first went to see him at the station and he was in that mode where he was just like the stars are so loud or something.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
Barry like that was cracking me up. It's kind of like at last season when they were trying to, I think, stop him from making new memories or something like that, and they erased everything.
Yeah, so he just didn't know shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like that little cuteness of that clueless cuteness.
Yeah, weird, disoriented Barry is funny. One other thing that we saw in this episode that was pretty interesting is, at first, you think Caitlin is like, gotten control and she's, no longer Killer Frost, but we see later it's like she got like a multiple personalities thing going on.
Yeah.
Like, somebody fucks with her, she transforms basically into Killer Frost and goes all frosty. And then
But I think she doesn't know what's happening when she's Killer Frost or fully know what's going on, because when Cisco went to go see her and that dude came up to her, I feel like she kind of knew who she was, but she didn't really seem to grasp what he was there. If that makes sense, or I'm getting it backwards. Do you know what I mean, though?
I think I do, but
like Killer Frost does stuff, and she's not fully aware of what Killer Frost is doing when she's out.
Yeah, I think I don't think she remembers what happens when she's Killer Frost, but I think she knows she turns into Killer Frost.
Yeah, like she's very aware that Killer Frost comes out, but she's not fully sure of what she's doing
Mm-hmm.
when she's out.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah. Um. So that's an interesting thing. And then later on, we find out that this samurai dude that shows up is actually a robot created by what I can only guess is the Thinker, because they zoomed in on him and he was like, "I'm thinking," and I'm like, yeah, clearly they want me to believe you're the Thinker, so we're gonna say you're the Thinker, and that's who it was rumored to be the big bad of this year for Flash. So,
Oh, okay. What was I getting ready to say? What did they say Julian went? Like they kind of like they went through that so quickly that I didn't even really get to pick up
oh
as
yeah,
to
I think,
where he went.
yeah, I think they said he went back to the UK or some shit.
Oh, okay.
He's gone, basically, is what they're saying. Like, so,
Yeah, they're just kind of just like, yeah, that nigga's not coming back on the show.
basically.
He served his purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I get it though because he kind of stood out, but not like in the yeah, look, I'm shining sense.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, you think Caitlyn
Yeah.
misses him though, because they were supposed to be a thing.
I don't think so. I think Caitlyn is just kind of focused on her own shit. She's trying to handle her Killer Frost personality crap.
Yeah, try not to get too frosty. I hear you. Huh. Was there anything else with Flash you wanted to talk about? Cause
I'm curious to see how they're going to keep this progressing.
yeah, we'll see. Like I said, there's one of those things. I think there's something up. There's something more to this Barry thing. I think he remembers, or somebody's keeping him.
I think he remembers. I think he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I feel like we're gonna go into the next episode and we're gonna realize it's keeping him up at night.
Yeah, it's either he doesn't remember, or he's being kept from remembering by somebody.
Oh.
One of those two things, I believe, is occurring, because you saw like the Thinker, it's like he orchestrated this plan to get him back. So maybe he's being, stopped from remembering somehow. But we'll see.
True that.
So yeah, that was it for the Flash. That was all the interesting points. Legends?
Yes, Legends.
All right.
I wasn't that enthused by Legends either.
Yeah, this was just, I don't know. Like, it was cool to see everybody again, but
it's kind of just like, yeah, we're back.
Yeah, like we didn't really get much. We didn't really.
It's like
get
we're back
much,
and we're fired.
Yeah, we didn't get much Firestorm really. We didn't get much of Sarah kicking ass. We got one quick fight with her, but it was just so.
And also, it's so weird to see her working at a place. I guess like their version of Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, what did they call it? Shit, I don't remember, and I'm not gonna remember.
Don't really care that much, but like, it was just weird. I was like, Sarah, of all the places.
I think it was. I think it was like sinks, showers, and
tubs.
Yeah, sink showers and so forth, or sink showers and tubs, or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, like Rip. Well, you see, like Rip had formed this time bureau. It's so interesting how like he left the Legends there to do what they do, and then comes back later and says, "Now you can't do what
You're
you
fired."
do." Like
like you pretty much became what you took out.
Yeah, you became the Time Masters because you didn't like what the Time Masters were all about, and then you became the Time Masters. Like even worse because they seem even more pretentious than the Time Masters. It's kind of like those shows you watch. When you're like, when like detectives are working a case, and then the FBI swoops in, and like takes over and is being all smug and shit. Like that's what that felt like.
Right, they just felt like dogs pissing on their territory.
Exactly. Which I'm sure is why they called him the Time Bureau, because
Yeah. You're the FBI of time.
Yeah, basically. I did like them going in and stealing the Wave Rider back because it's just like, yo.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, this must be a test simulation," and Mick was just like, "Bam,
Nah,
no."
yeah. Mick being Mick still makes me happy. Like,
I'm happy that Mick finally made it to Aruba.
he did. He got to
He
Aruba.
shut the hell up about
He
it
was
all
in
last
Aruba.
season.
Yeah, man. He just wanted to go to Aruba. Like, he didn't ask for much. Mick did not ask for much at all.
Take me to Aruba.
Yeah, man. He got to Aruba. Even though Julius Caesar interfered with his Aruba trip.
Right? I'd be like, "See, Caesar, this is why people stab you."
Yeah, man. This is why Brutus stabbed you in the back. Because you wouldn't let him chill in Aruba. We also see that, Haywood and Amaya have broken up.
Yeah, but I thought, you know what's crazy? When it took me a second to realize that Amaya wasn't there, it was what was I saying? It was when he was going on that date, I guess like their version of Tinder date, and it was like because he was like, "I have a lady waiting for me," and then it wasn't Amaya, and I was like, "The fuck happened to Amaya?" And I was just like, so I started Googling her. I was like, "Is she not on the show anymore?" Every time we have a girl of color on the show, they keep sending her off each damn season.
Snapping for no reason.
Right, like I started going off, and then they're like, no, she comes back at the end of the episode. And I was like, oh, okay, because I was about to say, I have some complaints.
Oh, man, yeah. But she's not with him anymore, which means she's available. So, we are both on the rebound, so I'll give her a call. Let's see.
I'll go calm down Haywood. He seems to like girls of color, so.
Yeah, you do that. You can have that. That's fine. Keep him away from Amaya, and it's all good.
Oh, they're gonna just re-up things the second they see each other again. Unless I hope they get into like some awkward screaming match in front of everyone, awkward for everyone else, screaming match about why they broke up to begin with.
Yeah, that would be entertaining. Let's see. I also like them having the whole, like, I guess, Roman con or whatever that was.
That just looked like spring break, but they themed it with togas.
Yeah, in Aruba, so they grabbed the wrong dude dressed as Julius Caesar. So
he was like, "My dad's a lawyer."
Yeah. And the thing is, once you've been around long enough, you've met that guy. And you're just like, I'm kind of glad Mick kicked your ass. So.
What was I getting ready? I was getting ready to say something. I was a little happy, but also a little sad at the same time that the dinosaur part didn't last as long. The only reason I was a little happy about it, I was a little sad about it, is because I just wanted to see them interact more with dinosaurs. But I was also.
They were, right? You know where they were. You know what they were doing, right? You know where they were? You know where they were?
Where?
They were living in the land of the lost.
I regret it from the moment I said no. Where? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You're gonna wake my child up. Stop it.
Across the line, falling through time. Living in the land of the lost.
You done? Yes? Okay. But I was happy because
what a world we found, deep underground, living in the land of the lost. Okay, I'm done for real now.
I was only happy because that part could get played out so fast. Like if it was a whole episode, it'd be like of them being like, "How the hell are we gonna get all these dinosaurs back to their time period?"
Yeah, the time bureau just shows up with all the portals and just like, choom, 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 done.
That was like the first 5 minutes, and I
Yeah,
was just
man.
like, come on.
Yeah.
You could at least milk this for 10.
Yeah, they
At
like
least to a
they made
commercial
it
break.
seem like such a huge deal at the end of the last season. They fixed it like that.
Right, like you could have milked it to at least the first 10, 15, or at least the first commercial break.
Mm-hmm. Of them just dealing with dinosaurs, but nope.
They managed to fix all the dinosaurs, put the people like make the people not remember it, and fire the legends all within the first commercial break.
Yeah, man. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, okay, we can talk a bit about Amaya some more. Like she was, she went back to 1942 and she's like living in her old country and saving the world from poachers. Because poachers suck. So she was like, yeah, get the fuck away from
Poachers do suck.
here. Mm-hmm. How long you think before they get her back?
End of next episode.
Think so?
If not episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like there's going to be a reason that they need to go get her.
Yeah. So I don't know who Mollis is or Malus, whatever.
Malice.
Yeah, I don't know who the guy is, so I don't have any
I thought at
intel
first. I thought at first it had something to do with Caesar because I was so confused. I was just like, "Who is this person you're speaking about?"
Yeah. But yeah, apparently.
But I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Apparently he's the real threat, so.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything else for Legends? Because that's all I got.
Nope, it's still sitting at its very subpar level of where it was sitting for the past 2 seasons.
Well, see, the thing about that is, like, yeah, it's not great. It's not the greatest of all the shows, but it's at a consistent level where you watch it and you know what you're going to get every week, It's like, it's not bad. It's just not as good as the others, but it's consistently at that level. The other shows sometimes, like, dip above and below it. They're usually above it, but sometimes dip below it sometimes, But,
yeah.
Legend stays consistent. Every time I turn it on, I know exactly where I'm going to be. It never disappoints.
Okay, I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Arrow?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. This episode was called Fallout. Great video game, by the way.
So you say.
So I know. So they kick it off with, they just show Oliver because they kind of do this thing where they're teasing you. So like, oh, who's alive? Who's not? Blah, 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 blah. Turns out everybody's alive except the mama, like you said.
I saw that coming from like a mile away.
Yeah.
From the moment they took her. Oh, actually, no, I lied. From the moment they took William, I was just like, they gonna kill him or the mom. Because, like, they keep making. You know how, like, from the moment, Oliver realized that William was a thing, they've made him more and more integral and important to Oliver, especially from the fact that, he's not supposed to know about Oliver. They've made him more and more aware, or made us more and more aware. Because there's, like, times that I forget William was a fucking thing until he becomes a plot line again. So I was just like, oh, this is it. They're going to actually finally kill William, or they're going to kill his mother.
My thing is, this whole episode, like you said, we knew they're all coming back. Even when that whole thing, they tried to tease us and make us think that Thea was dead. I'm like, Thea's not dead. She's not dead.
If anything, they were just going to bring her back to life anyway.
Yeah.
Or at least try to.
Yeah,
somehow.
Thea's not going anywhere. She's
like, the Lazarus pit may be done, but they were going to bring her back somehow.
Yeah. So, she's just in a coma. All right.
I mean, she was hit by explosion, so I think a coma is very generous.
Yeah. Apparently, she was like in the same place where The mama was when the mama died. So she got a coma. Mama
Mama
got death.
gotta go.
Yeah. Really, really, really. Some other fallout from this. See, there's the title right there. See what I did there? Diggle's arm is fucked up. He can't hold his hand steady to shoot. So, like, what's he gonna do now? Because at first I thought he had like some mental shit going on where he just like been traumatized somehow. But nah, like he got hurt. Like he can't hold his arm steady at all. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna learn how to shoot left-handed or something. I don't know. But
Maybe.
yeah. They had that one moment where William calls him Oliver instead of calling him Dad. So they're not too close.
I mean, he has a nanny. They're not that close.
Yeah. Well, I can see that.
Like at that age, I feel like if you have a nanny, you're not that close. Like, and I understand why. I mean, like, when he was trying to grasp the fact that the island had bombs and he's the Green Arrow, and he just said, "Did you say you're my father?" And I was like, he just looked like he was coming off like the world's worst acid trip.
Oh
like,
yeah. Like the places. Island's blowing up. Dude just got kidnapped. The dude that kidnapped him said, "This dude's my dad. My mom's on this island that just blew up. Like, now I gotta live with this dude who I didn't even know existed yesterday." Like, yeah. What about this whole Quentin shooting Black Siren?
Okay, so yeah, I was really confused about that.
Why?
And it might have been because I was walking in and out of the room every time they were explaining it. Because
they only actually explained it once.
Okay.
Basically,
I might have stepped out of the room when they fully explained it.
Yeah, basically the two of them, well, Quentin Lance and Dinah, were checking the bodies and shit. Came across Black Siren, who was still alive at the time, and she attacked them. She was gonna kill Dinah, so Quentin shot her. They thought she died when he shot her. They just told everybody that she was dead when they found her to kind of spare him the grief and shit, not have him have to explain what he did to everybody. So that's why, he thought that she was after him, when in reality, she was after the T-Spheres.
Okay. Because I was confused. I was like, are they saying that Laurel was alive this whole time and that they killed Laurel and blah, 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 or Laurel shot Fleck? I was so confused.
No, it's Earth 2 Laurel. And,
I got that much. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, that's Earth 2 Laurel. Laurel's dead. Laurel died in a hospital from natural causes.
But, you still see her. She is still Laurel. She just...
not the same Laurel.
Yeah, just not Laurel. So... he's dealing with that shit, His Laurel died, but this Laurel's right in front of him, and he shot her. So, and thought she died.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, Thea's in a coma. We talked about that. Black Siren took the T-Spheres. For whom? We're still not sure.
Probably the big bad.
Yeah, well,
we know she's not the big bad.
Yeah, she's not the big bad, but whoever the big bad may be. And I don't even think she's helping him willingly. I think she's like being forced to. Let's see. We got Slade. He gives Oliver drops a little knowledge on Oliver, like, yo, you're gonna have to make a choice. You need to be the guy the world wants you to be, or you can be, the father your son needs you to be. But you gotta choose one.
Where do you think this is going to lead with William? Do you think that he's going to be able to do both? Because
no.
I mean, I personally don't think Oliver is good at multitasking.
I'm about to say the consistent theme of Arrow is Oliver can never do both. So,
like, we've seen him try to be Oliver Queen, the Playboy.
Well, here's the
with the
thing.
money and the club owner and Green
He's
Arrow.
well. The thing is,
You've
he's
seen him try
definitely.
to.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
He's tried to be, you know, um, he's trying to be mayor and the Arrow, and he can barely keep that up.
Well, he doesn't have to
Now he
keep
has
that up anymore.
to,
He's not mayor anymore.
right.
Like he just got exposed, and that newscast at the end, they showed it. Like, yo, here's the Green Arrow. This nigga right here. So that's over.
Right. So I mean, we'll see. So now he has to try to be Green Arrow and father. I wonder what next season will bring.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's gonna knock up Felicity by accident, and then they're gonna have to try and make that work.
We'll see. We'll see. Anything else with Arrow you wanna make sure we talk about?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
I hope this was the only episode with flashbacks in it. That's all I have to say.
well, see, here's the thing. Those are different type of flashbacks. Those are flashbacks that are acceptable. Like, they weren't weird, disconjointed flashbacks about Russia. You know what I mean? Like,
It sounds like Donald Trump's life.
exactly. But let me ask you now, who's winning this week?
Jesus, who's winning?
It's a good question, ain't it? I know. Nobody seemed to be having a very good week. Exactly. But
I mean, I guess we could say God, I mean, there's so many like asterisk. You know, when you're watching a commercial and there's an asterisk and there's like that really tiny print at the bottom of it. It's like I feel like every choice I have like has that.
like, yeah, this
Because like
could
I
be
could
winning.
say
but
Iris is winning because Barry is back, but Barry claims to not remember what's going on in the Speed Force, and I know that's going to directly somehow affect her. You could also say the Legends are slightly winning because they've gotten their job back. And that's all they want to do. So I'm going to go with the Legends because they know some way, somehow, they're going to be in deep shit anyway, no matter what it is. Like, they know it's coming.
Yeah.
But they got their job back.
Well, what I'm thinking...
Iris, probably, they don't know what's to come with Barry not remembering, or, like, bunny ears not remembering. I mean, quote, unquote, not remembering.
Too late. You already said bunny ears.
Bunny ears. That's going to be my new phrase now whenever I do air quotes. Bunny ears, doesn't remember. You don't know what's going to happen with him being out of the Speed Force. I know that they've said that they have a solution for it right now, but you know they're going to somehow come around that's going to bite them in the butt. And then we don't know what's going on with the Thinker dude or Bunny Ears, the Thinker who may be the possible villain.
See, that's where I was going with this, because I say the one who's winning is the Thinker, because it seems to me like he got exactly what he wanted so far. So right now, you ask me who's winning, I say the Thinker.
Right.
Who's losing though?
Everyone.
It's pretty simple to me, but you go ahead.
It probably is, but I'm probably not thinking about it. I'm just gonna go with Kara because she gonna push everyone away from her and end up alone herself.
Yeah, you're overthinking it. Oliver's losing.
I was gonna say Oliver, but I was just like, I mean, but you can turn his losing into a kind of positive. He has a chance to get his son, even though his son is gonna be like, "Fuck you, Dad," because he's going into that age.
Yeah, and then he also just got exposed, so.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
That's how the show ended, man.
I need to rewatch that episode. I was in and out of my room, so I most likely missed it.
Yeah, that was at the very end. That's how the episode ended.
Oh, okay, yeah, I walked back in. It was credits.
But yeah. So yeah, he got exposed. You missed a big point then. Yeah, the newscast came on. There's a newscast that says, "Yo, we have visual confirmation of the Green Arrow's identity. It was Oliver in the Green Arrow suit with the hood off, with his face showing." Yeah.
Yeah, like you know how we always talk about too many damn people know Oliver's identity.
Mm-hmm.
Why on earth are you walking around with your mask off?
I don't know, man. Maybe he heard the
Your hood
song.
don't do that much coverage anyway. All you're doing is wearing an overly emo amount of eyeliner and fucking a hood.
Well, he
And
actually
just,
has an actual physical like eye mask now.
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But either way, and then all he does is that and just kind of like, hey, my name is the Arrow to his voice. Like any smart person should be able to tell that that's Oliver. At least with Barry, like he can blur his face. Like you can't, like Oliver's just wearing like a Halloween eye mask and a hood that comes down really far.
Yeah.
Now the whole world knows who he is. Like what they, which now is like, now it just puts William in trouble because now William's with him, which lets us know he can't do both. So William's gonna go up for adoption. We know he is.
Oh man, I think that's gonna do it for
Or
this
William
week.
and I.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. That's gonna do it for this week. Make sure you all follow us at Creation Magazine on both Twitter and Instagram. Also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation Magazine. If you like this podcast, please be sure to subscribe to it. Also, subscribe to our other shows. We got Creation Conversation, just went live a couple days ago. We also have Smacking It Raw, our weekly wrestling podcast, just went live.
Smackety raw.
Let's see. What else we got? I think that's all we have right now. But yeah, also you can find our YouTube channel. Just go to creationmagazine.com. It'll take you to our YouTube channel. Subscribe there. That'll help us out a lot. You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalott. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT. Where can they find you, Shark?
Find me on Instagram and Twitter at MaraDashark_. That's MARADASHARK_. And that's Twitter and Instagram.
All right. We're going to end that here. We'll catch you all next week. Until then, stay creative. Stay free.
Catch you on the flip side.